afternoon and welcome to Thornton Academy High School Football on CTV 30. Hello everybody, I'm Jay Harper along with cameraman Nate St. Ange as we get set for Thornton Academy Deering. The Rams hosting the Trojans here this afternoon at a revamped Memorial Field here, and it's homecoming for the Rams. They come in with a 3-3 record. Thornton Academy comes 2-4, and it is do or die time now for the Thornton Academy Golden Trojans playoff hopes. Thornton Academy needing wins here today and next week versus Biddeford to realistically have a shot at postseason. But with the Crabtree ratings and how things shake out, you never know. The Trojans could lose here today and beat Biddeford next week, and with their points could still sneak in with a 3-5 record. But certainly the Trojans don't want to have chance play a major part in their postseason hopes. A win the next 2 weeks, the Trojans would in all likelihood get into postseason. Co-captains for Thornton Academy meeting out of midfield with the quad caps of the Rams. Deering at 3-3 has played pretty well this season. So you can hear a strong wind up on top of the broadcast booth here at Deering's Field, but a beautiful fall afternoon, temps right around 60. But a prevailing wind out of the northeast will play havoc with the passing and punting games. And I must apologize, I had to see the trainer before today's game. This is a first. I've been stung by bees probably 100 times in my life, but right before the game I got stung on my tongue. And I've been icing down the tongue before the game. I usually have to do that after a game from talking so much, but this time prior to the game, it's major league swollen, so I must apologize for any mispronunciations. It's probably going to be due to the tongue not having room inside the mouth to operate. But I was taking a bite out of a hamburger. A bee evidently was on it, didn't know. All of a sudden, sharp pain in the mouth, and I spit out a bee. But luckily, a trainer for Deering hooked me up with some ice and got the stinger out. So we're ready to go, more or less. A long coin toss to get things going, and finally it's determined that Thornton Academy will receive the opening kickoff to start this game here. And they've just done a magnificent job here at revamping this field. There's actually grass covering 100% and then some. The extra 20 yards behind the out-of-bounds lines, also beautiful grass. This used to be hard clay through the middle of the field back when I used to play here. In the last few years, they've really done a nice job, built the field house, and the Deering Rams trying to reverse their fortunes as a program at 3-3. Have had a pretty good run this season, and this is a big game for them as well. We'll pause now for our national anthem. Once again, you're watching Thornton Football on CTV 30. Just about set for football now. Looking at Deering with a 3-3 record. They opened up with a loss to Edward Little to start the season. Then defeated Portland in the second week. Lost to Massabesic. Beat Lewiston. Lost to South Portland 28-14. And then last week crushing Westbrook to find themselves at 3-3. Trojans losing 23-0 last week to South Portland to fall to 2-4 after another shutout pitched against them the week before versus Massabesic, 14-0. That coming on the heels of back-to-back wins over Bonnie Eagle and Marshwood that at that time had pulled Thornton Academy at 2-2 and 500 on the season. But since then, the offense has not scored. They've gone 8 quarters without putting up any points, and this afternoon it's going to be the test of that offense and see if quarterback Dan Foley can get them going. And certainly the defense has played very well throughout this season, and the Trojans can get a little offensive help. This should be a good game here this afternoon. Announcing the defense for Thornton Academy here today to start. Deering's offensive unit, they're led by their quarterback Tim Donald. In the backfield they go with Mark Blanco and Suka Mees, and they have some talented wideouts. They use Josh Dobson, number 81, and Josh Castorella, 82, and Mike Boisine, the tight end, also a target for Donald. The Rams are coached by Greg Stilfen, assistant coach Tim Bryant, Ted Bryant, Steve Stilfen, and John Gallant. Greg Stilfen, the former Massabesic coach for a number of years, taking over here at Deering. The Rams with their new purple and black uniforms. I like the black pants. Rosine, a big kid, number 85. Again, this is homecoming for Deering, so certainly will help their spirits and their emotions here. They should come out of the blocks ready to go, and the Trojans will have to try to counteract that from the get-go and certainly try to do a better job offensively today at controlling the ball a little longer and keep that defense off the field. The defense logging a lot of minutes last week in that 23-0 loss to South Portland. And Thornton's defense really doing a good job. Only one long sustained drive against them, and that was the first touchdown, which the Riots moved 65 yards to get on the board first. A lot of kids playing very well defensively last week for Thornton Academy. Evan Dodge, Trapper Pelletier, 2 guys in the middle, defensive tackles, played very, very well. Skarks, Garrigan, and Heidish also having good games. They'll need it here once again this afternoon as both teams now on the field, and I believe the Rams were penalized for coming out of the locker room late, so that's why they'll kick from their own 25-yard line. It'll be Nason, Cormier, and Robinson back deep to return the kickoff for Thornton Academy. They stand at their own 15. The wind blowing at the backs of the Rams right now, so that should aid this kickoff, which comes from their own 25-yard line. High end-over-end kick comes down in open territory, picked up late by Nason. Nason looking for a seam, and quickly he's hauled in and taken down at the 39-yard line. Trojans with pretty good field position. They'll start first down and 10. Running down the Trojans offense for you. Foley, the 6-foot junior quarterback. In the backfield here to start will be Travis Roy, the 5'10", 185-pound junior, and Jeremy Lowell gets a start at tailback today. Quick pass on the outside, completed. Lindquist gets out. He'll have about 5, and a good play on first down as the Trojans try to open it up. Dobson makes the tackle for the Rams. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Trojans needing to get to their own 49-yard line to pick up their initial first down. Same formation. This time they'll run the option, and Roy only gets about a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 4. So a big 3rd down play here early. The Trojans trying to get their offense in gear. Again, Lindquist and Burgess to the far side of the field. Now Lowell comes in motion to the near side. They run the option, and quickly swarmed in and taken down is Foley. That's been happening a lot to the Trojans and Foley this season, and especially the last couple of weeks. Losing yards on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down and long in a punting situation into a very stiff wind. It'll be Dobson back to return. The lone return person deep. He stands at his own 21. Pressure coming. Blocked. The Rams pick it up, and getting a couple yards forward and tackled out there by Pat Davis. Picking up the block is Joshua Marks. I'm not sure who got it. It may have been Matt Vale who blocked it on the outside, so the Rams in business. 1st down and 10 from the 24. Hand off to the tailback. Breaking tackles up through the middle, and nearly 10 yards, probably 11, and a 1st down for the Rams. Suka Mies getting the first call. He had a huge game last week versus Westbrook, and he picks up 11 yards and a 1st down. The ball at the 13 of Thornton Academy. Opening moments here, and the Rams off an early turnover, block punt, in business. Again, it'll be Mies bouncing outside. Suka Mies, oh my. He's making the Thornton defense look like they're standing still. 2 plays, 24 yards, and the Rams have a 6-0 lead with 9:39 to play here in the 1st quarter. And it'll be Mies in for the extra point try. Donald, the quarterback. Kick is up and good. It's not Donald, it's Andrew Presby, number 11, the holder, and the Rams quickly capitalize on the turnover and the block punt. Good early special teams play, and just like that, the Rams have a 7-0 lead. You're watching Thornton football on CTV 30. Doesn't get much better than that. The Rams stop the Trojans on 3 plays, force a punt, get in. Vale blocks it. Picked up by Marks. Gets a couple extra yards on the return. And 2 plays, 24 yards, all Suka Mies. And looking like the Thornton defense was standing still as he broke through there and popped that one to the outside for the touchdown from 13 yards out. High end-over-end kick with the wind. This bounces off the Trojans, comes back out, and they have to now just jump on the ball. Robinson couldn't field it, bounced out, and it was Nason who covers up at the 14-yard line. So the Trojans will start deep inside their own territory now, trailing by 7. Talked about this before, teams declining they win the toss and then they decline the return and force the other team to make the pick. Thornton, with that, they take the football, but they don't get choice of side. The Rams get the wind at their back to start, and they capitalize. I think the wind can be such a big part, especially of the momentum and the way things shake out. And some teams never recover from that, and the Trojans now trying to recover. Lowell on the first down handoff, gains 4 on the play. It'll be second and a long 5. Robinson and Burgess come to the near. Trojans with Lowell and Roy out of the eye. Lowell in motion to the far side. Foley to throw. Pressure from his backside. Doesn't feel it, and down he goes. Great coverage downfield by the Rams. No one open, and Foley not sensing that pressure from the backside. Trojans setting up the screen. One good block down there. Oh my. That was a good clean block, and the official throws a flag. Gonna say that's clipping, and that's a terrible call. The Trojans wouldn't have got the first down anyway, so the Rams might refuse the penalty. Deering, I believe, will refuse the penalty and force Thornton to punt it away deep inside their own territory, not give them an extra play. Against South Portland last week, Coach Gagne brought his 2 wide guys on the punting team inside to help with blocking. Against Deering, he didn't do it on the first time. They blocked the punt. And again, he keeps his outside guys outside. Good snap. Good low kick by Burgess. That's the way you got to do it. And that'll roll dead at about the 45-yard line, where the Rams will set up with their second possession, leading 7-0. A swollen tongue, Jay Harper and cameraman Nate Sadown with you here from Memorial Field in Deering, in Portland actually, at Deering. And the Rams taking their 3-3 record against the 2-4 Trojans. Donald brings them out of the eye. Again, it'll be Mees. Mees, a huge hole, busted outside again, around the corner. They'll have a first down, and finally forced out of bounds by McKinney and Lindquist, but not before Suka Mees picks up another 17 yards. Thornton's defense does not look like it's running at full speed. It's either that or Mees just has some incredible wheels, because he is just at will getting around the Thornton defense. 3 running plays, 3 first downs, and the Rams with it, 1st and 10. And the Rams jump. That'll cost them 5 yards. Bozine, the tight end, stood up and started to go in motion, then said no, and then did. And if he would have just gone in motion, it would have been no problem. But the hesitation cost him 5 yards. It's 1st and 15 now for the Rams. It'll be Mees up the middle. And Mees will get 8 yards on the play, down to the 35. That'll bring up a 2nd and 8. Pasquarella to the near side. Dobson to the far. Again, though, it's Mees straight ahead running. He'll only get a couple this time as the Trojans stiffen up. Pellerin and Pelletier in on the stop for the Trojans. Third down now and 6 for the Rams. Probably in 4-down territory, so 2 downs to pick up and keep the drive alive here. The toss to Mees. Got a hole, cuts back inside. He'll be very close and looks like he'll have another first down. I believe it was Mees last week who had nearly 300 yards rushing against Westbrook, and the way he's going today, got another shot at it. First down. Rams now have 4 first downs. They've only run 6 plays. Mees again, another big hole into the secondary. Jukes, jives. Suka Mees down inside the 10. Thornton's defense has played very, very well the last, well, pretty much last 4 weeks of the season after getting shattered and beaten up by the Sanford Redskins. They played very, very well. Today, not a good start as the Rams offensive line just pushing the Thornton front all over the place, and Mees has a big hole to start, and then he's making some extra moves downfield and making it happen for him. Power running, the fullback off the left side. It'll be Blanco for about 3. It'll bring up 2nd and goal now from the 5. Second and goal. The Rams go with Blanco and Nate Helen, number 65, in the backfield. And again, it'll be Blanco. He's in. Touchdown. So the Rams, 55 yards and only 7 plays, and they have a 13-0 lead. Great start for their homecoming. Trying to improve to 4-3 on the season. And Mees tacks on another one. It's 14-0 with 4:38 to play here in the first quarter. You're watching Thornton Academy football on CTV 30. Coach Gagne on the other side gathering up the entire team and having a discussion and trying to bring back his unit and get them into this game. But this has been the case the last couple of games. Thornton falling behind and then unable to do anything offensively, and down quickly by 14 here. And so far the offense not yet to gain a first down. Mees will kick it off. A low lining kick, bounces away and goes out of bounds. So the Trojans will get good field position off this. The Trojans will start from their own 35 on the penalty. Nason now comes into the backfield at tailback. Roy still the fullback. I'll have to check and see if the Thornton offensive unit moved first. No, it'll be Deering. So Trojans catch a break, and maybe this can help them get things going here. A free 5, it'll be first down and 5 from their own 40-yard line. Lindquist and Burgess set up to the far side of the field. Vale and Mees pick them up, sole coverage out there. Fumble. And it looks like Deering's got it. Helen, who appears to have gotten on the loose ball. Bad exchange between Foley and Nason. The ball came right out. Rams converged, and they come up with their second turnover. First and 10 from the Trojan 39-yard line. Already leading by 14. Mees, again, just ripping through the Thornton Academy front. Got to give his offensive line some credit here. John Snow, Nate Helen, Sean McIntyre, Justin Levesque, and Alan Yates, along with Vozine, the tight end, certainly creating some holes for Mees, but once he sees them, he's making things happen. 7 yards, it's 2nd and 3. Blanco, a fullback, fights and should have a first down. Well, they spot him just short of a first down. It'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Blanco again. Trojans do a good job, but I believe Blanco's forward progress will give him the first down. Uppy, Heidish, in on the stop for the Trojans. First down and 10 for the Rams. Donald's going to throw for the first time today. The hooking up. He's out there. He's open. The ball thrown just underneath. And a good pattern run on the outside by Castarella. And Donald just underthrew him. Looked like the wind knocked that ball down a little bit. And even though he was throwing with the wind, it looked like the wind pushed it away from Castarella, who made a nice out and up move. Good pump fake from Donald. The Rams running at will, but deciding to mix it up a little bit. They run the toss to Mees. Mees trying to cut back and gets hit. No gain on the play. Good job by the Trojans defense. Heidish along with Evan Dodge. So the Trojans here with a chance to keep themselves in this game. If the Rams score on this drive and go up 3 scores, it's going to be a long way back, and especially the way the offense has struggled for Thornton Academy in the last 2 weeks. Mees off the left side, got a big hole. Heidish grabs onto the jersey, and then they wrap up Mees and take him down. Good job by Heidish, who got enough of the jersey, and then Dodge and McKinney able to corral Suka Mees. It'll be 4th and 6 now, and the Trojans have a chance to hold the Rams here and get the ball back. Dobson goes to the far side. Castorella sets up to the near. That'll be a tough one. Everybody moved. I don't know if Thornton drew Deering off first or the other way around. You're going to call it on Thornton. So now it'll be 4th and 1. Look for Blanco here. No, it's a quarterback. Donald, he'll have enough. First down and 10 now for the Rams. Dobson goes to the far, Castorella to the near. Deering out of the eye once again. It'll be Mees. Mees into the secondary. Trojans diving in like the ball may have come out. It may have, but it looks like Mees got back on top of it. He'll pick up 5, and Deering with a 2nd and 5 now inside the 15 of Thornton Academy. And the Trojans are trying to last out this first quarter and switch sides and at least get the wind at their back in the second. Deering trying to capitalize one more time here with the wind as first quarter winds down. It'll be Mees off the right side. Does a great job of hiding behind his blocking. Good tackle out there as the Trojans rip down Mees and hammer him to the turf. Skarks forcefully taking down Mees after a gain of only a yard. Hard to see the scoreboard from my vantage point with the sun. It's very, very light, but it looks like 20 seconds remaining in the quarter. The Rams can get off one more here, unless, of course, they throw the football on 3rd down and 4. Castorella to the near, Dobson once again to the far. Vale now in at tailback. He slips, gets the ball, comes off the left side, and doesn't get much. And that should do it here in the first quarter, and it does. So a very difficult quarter of play for the Trojans. 2 turnovers, and the Rams have 14 points and a 14-0 lead. We'll take a break. Back with the second quarter here in just a moment. Welcome back to Deering's Memorial Field. Jay Harper and Nate St. Ange with you, and Thornton Academy trots back onto the field here. Their defense once again to the backs, to the end zone, and being pressured and having to play most of the first quarter on the football field as Deering blocked the opening punt. Thornton Academy was held 3 plays and forced a punt. Vale got in and blocked the punt. And the Rams recovered 2 plays later. Suka Mees in from 13 yards out. He kicked the extra point. It was 7-0. And then a little bit later on, a bad exchange between Nason and quarterback Foley. The Rams recovered the fumble and drove it down and scored again. Blanco got the touchdown, Mies the extra point. Quick toss outside, the ball on the field, picked up by Donald, and now he's trying to throw it, and the Trojans rip him and take him down. A loss of 6 on the play. Thornton Academy's offense now will have a chance to get back on the field. Wind at their backs, and the defense picking them up here, and good job at keeping Deering out of the end zone. They got down inside the red zone, but couldn't capitalize, and Thornton Academy with a breath of fresh air, new life. Chance now with the wind at their back to try to make something happen offensively. Yet to pick up a first down. Foley fires it out. Got Lindquist, but quickly Dobson in to make the tackle, and no gain really on the play, maybe a yard. Gotta admit, the tongue is still killing. I need the trainer again and some more ice. Stung by a bee on the tongue prior to today's game. Trojans with a 2nd and 9. Hand off to Lowell. Lowell into the secondary. Nice straight ahead run by Jeremy Lowell, and the Trojans will look at a 3rd and short here. Trojans desperately need a first down here. 3rd down and 2. They need to get just over the 30-yard line to ascertain the first down. Use Justin Roy as one tight end, Patrick Davis the other. Not your biggest tight ends, but tough kids. Foley on the option. Spins inside and taken down out there. He'll be well short of the first down. Nice tackle out there by Anthony Garrett. And Thornton will once again have to punt it away. Still no first downs as we start the 2nd quarter of play. Burgess, though, should have a good opportunity to kick this one deep with the wind at his back. Plenty of time. A booming kick. There it is. Watch this baby. Oh, my. Wow. All the way back to the 5-yard line. Fielded by Dobson. Makes a good move, though. Dobson, another one. Good block on the outside. And Dobson ripped down. And looked like the ball may have come out, but it does not. Good job by Dobson. What a booming kick by Burgess. And a great tackle out there by Mike Garrigan. Taking down Dobson. Dobson with a 13-yard return. Gets it back to the 18. He could have maybe let that one keep bouncing. It might have gone into the end zone. I believe that's a 70-yard punt. The toss to Mies. Got some blocking. Oh, good job of coming. A couple of flags come flying in. Davis doing a good job fighting off a block and getting in there, and now we'll sort out the penalties. This afternoon, a huge game in American League playoff action. The Red Sox hosting the Yankees. 4 o'clock start. I have to rush somewhere and try to catch that game. Roger Clemens returns to Fenway Park to take on Pedro Martinez. It's been a great series so far. The Red Sox, unfortunately, falling by 1 run in both games, and both games they had opportunities to win, and that's what I think is the toughest thing. Not expecting the Red Sox to really be so close with them in those 2 games, with their pitching staff so banged up and having to throw Merker and Ramon Martinez, but they were there and opportunities to win, and were unable to do so. So now it's do or die time here this afternoon. A long discussion down on the field with the officials and Thornton Academy's captain Heidish and Garrigan. Thornton's defense now has appeared to have made the adjustments and looking a lot better than they did on the opening few drives, as Mees just ripped off all the yardage he wanted. Short penalty with the half the distance to the goal line marched off. First down and 15 now for the Rams. Mees going outside. He'll have a couple. Another flag on the field. Holding once again. I think the Trojans might decline this one. I guess not. Only half the distance again, so it comes back out and we'll be at the 7.5. First down and about 20. Castorella comes to the near side of the field. Double tight ends for the Rams. Mees the lone back in the backfield. Mees off the right side, does a good job bouncing outside. They have good coverage as Heidish came flying in. Davis also giving some help there, but Heidish really closed the gap quickly. Made a good tackle on Mees. That'll bring up second down and 16. Trojans really need to make something happen here defensively. Pin them in deep, give their offense some field position, and hope that the offense can finally get it going. Trailing 14-0 here in the second quarter. Oh, that should have been offsides. Screen up the middle. Mees cuts it inside, gets hammered and taken down. He'll have a gain of about 8 on the play, but well short of the first down. And I even heard the Deering coaches up above got away with one there. Certainly Dobson looked like he was heading upfield before the snap of the football as he went in motion. It'll be third down now and 10 yards. Good job by the Trojan defense there at staying home and playing the screen, taking Mees to the turf. Castorella goes to the far side of the field. Lindquist sole coverage out there. Going in motion. They fired up the field. Could be a first down. It is. As Dobson went in motion, the Trojans didn't adjust and get out there quick enough. And then Lindquist playing Castorella came off that, but a little bit too late. And a big first down for the Rams. Let's take a look down at Deering's cheerleading staff. They got 27 cheerleaders, I count, with 2 young assistants. And that's a cheering squad. First and 10 for the Rams. Out at the 32 of Thornton. The toss to Mees. Mees cuts inside. Heidish once again. Oh, great job by Sean Heidish. Came flying up, forced Mees to cut it up, and avoided grabbing the face mask as he got his hand up near there and did not grab on. And Mees fell to the turf. Loss of a yard on the play. It'll be second down and 11. Heidish playing huge here this afternoon for Thornton Academy since those initial 2 drives by the Rams. Deering going 24 yards on their first touchdown, 55 on their second. Donald to throw. Looking on the flat, wide open. Catch made. And all the way up to the 47-yard line. Rosine making the reception, then doing a good job at getting upfield for extra yardage, as Deering now starting to throw the ball a little more and throwing into a pretty stiff wind and still getting the job done. Good job by the quarterback, Donald. First down, Mies, caught and grabbed. Ryan Lagan saying, "You want the football?" And just taking Mies down as soon as he got the handoff. Great job by Lagan, busting in there and then putting Mies down with a little extra thump. That'll bring up 2nd and 13 now. Trojans really need to try to get the ball back here. Stop Deering now, not let them use up more clock. Give their offense some time and a chance here to narrow the gap before the end of the half. Donald will throw, fakes, pumps, looks outside, wide open, good ball. And just underthrown, a flag comes in late. They're gonna call pass interference, it looks like, on Lindquist. He doesn't see the flag yet. My goodness, I don't know. Didn't look like much contact out there. Holding on Thornton. The good news is a 10-yard penalty. It'll still be shy of a first down, but it will set Deering up with a 2nd down and 3 now. And again, a good pattern out there by Dobson. Up and out, and Donald's getting the time to throw the ball, and that's what you need if you're going to run those type of patterns. The out and up plays where you pump fake. And that time there, Lindquist looked like he grabbed on a little bit, and certainly the right thing to do rather than get burned for the touchdown. If you got a guy going past you and you get sucked up inside on the out pattern and the pump fake, just take him down. You give up 10 yards, but you do not give up the touchdown. So, in all reality, if that's what Lindquist did, he made a smart play. 3rd down now and about a yard for the Deering Rams. The ball at Thornton's 43-yard line. They go with Mies. Mies, I don't think so. He'll be very close. We'll see where they spot him. Good job by the Trojan defense again. Heidish and Skarks in on the stop. Fourth down now and a yard and a half as they lose a little bit on that play. And the Trojans able to hopefully get the ball back here. Don't want anyone jumping here. Donald with a good high punt, but off the side of the foot actually, goes out of bounds. No return, but not a lot of distance, and they'll mark it up to the 24-yard line, but the Trojans will take over 1st and 10, trailing 14-0 with 4:34 remaining here in the first half. Let's see what Coach Gagne and his staff opt for here offensively. First down play. Mason with a hole. He'll have 10 and Thornton's first down of the afternoon. Mason's had a lot of those runs this year where he needs to beat one more person to get himself headed for the end zone, but has really been unable to do that this year. Last year as a freshman, playing against freshmen, he did that time and time again. I think as only a sophomore, he's not fully developed and able to make that extra quick cut and run over some people like he did last year. Still playing very well. Foley in trouble, and he gets hammered, loses about 3 on the play. Thornton's passing game has really struggled because Foley doesn't have the time. I really think they need to just run the 3-step drop, the quick out, or the timing pattern with a fly. I mean, Foley does not really, and hasn't all season long, had the time to set back in the pocket, and survey the field and wait for something to happen. It's got to be something that's pre-planned. You know who you're going to. You only got one receiver. You're not looking for different receivers. Justin Roy on second down handoff will get back close to the original line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up third down now and long. Lindquist will come to the near side, Burgess to the far. Just a fly pattern straight down the field, timing, put it up to either side of your outs. Foley's gonna roll, looking down the field, fires out over the middle. Lowell goes up high, but cannot bring it back down. And the Trojans will have to punt it away. I don't see a flag on the field, but I hear the coaches talking about and it will be a penalty. Marched off against Deering. I believe it'll be personal foul. But 10 yards, personal foul is a 15-yard penalty. That should be a 15-yard penalty. I hear Thornton coaches off to my left saying he threw a punch. Somebody on Deering threw a punch at a Thornton player. I didn't see it. They're still saying that now, but the referees are starting to look like they're going to mark off some more. Yeah, see, there's a 15-yard penalty. Put off 5 more. Thank you. Personal foul is 15 yards. Trojans get the first down. They'll have it first and 10, just over midfield, inside Deering territory, with still enough time here to, I can't tell if it's 2 or 3:26 on the clock. So the Trojans catch a break there with a personal foul. Good pass by Foley there. A little high for Lowell, but a ball that certainly Jeremy wishes he would have come down with. Foley brings them back out. Burgess and Lindquist go to the far side of the field. Thornton out of the eye on first and 10. Now Lindquist comes in motion this way. Blanco comes firing through. Didn't stop. And I believe he looks like it was unabated to the Thornton Academy backfield. And it'll be 5 yards for Thornton again. So the Trojans now getting some help from the Deering defense as they start to self-destruct. So first down and 5. That should change the play calling just a little bit here for Thornton. Robinson now in motion this time. Mason will get a couple. Took a big hit inside, held on to the ball. It'll be second down and about 3. Foley does a good job, spins out of there. Dan Foley will have a first down inside the 30-yard line. Picks up 13 on the play, and the Trojans, with their deepest penetration and their first real drive of the game, they started back at their own 20-yard line. Actually, from their own 24, I believe they started from. Got the first down and then got it via the flag comes in, and that'll be holding on Thornton Academy. So they return the favor here. Inside Deering's field position, looking like they had themselves headed for the end zone here, and quickly a holding call will put them in a very difficult position. 1st and 20. Vale and Mees come over this way to pick up Burgess and Lindquist. Thornton will throw down the field, going out there for Lindquist. He gets pushed from behind as Vale fell down, but the ball overthrown as Lindquist had Vale beaten, but Foley overthrew it. As Vale fell down, he gave a little bit of a push to Lindquist. The officials not feeling like it interfered with Lindquist's run at the football. Foley fires out and just overthrows Robinson. And that'll bring up 3rd down now and 20. Just a beautiful fall afternoon, but awful cold up here in the booth. Not getting a lot of sun and the wind is howling. Third down and 20 now for Thornton Academy from Deering's 39. Foley with plenty of time. Lobs it out down the field, up there, and good job by Lindquist getting in to take it out of the hands of Vale and Dobson. I can't tell how much time is on the clock. Again, very difficult. 4th and 20, depending on the time on the clock, is where you make a decision. There is a flag down on the field. Dude, just see it on the near side. So let's sort this out. Pass interference, and I believe that'll draw an automatic 1st down. So the Trojans catch another break. This drive has been aided by 3 Deering penalties and 2 15-yarders and 1 offside penalty. And the Trojans are certainly being given every opportunity to get back in this game by the Deering defense. Foley dodges out of there. He's in trouble now. Good job of scrambling. Foley airs it up down the field for Burgess and well out of bounds, but good job by Foley. But yet we see yet another piece of yellow cloth material on the field, and I believe this one probably be on Thornton Academy. This drive has seen 5 penalties since its start back several plays ago from Thornton Academy's own 24. Foley, a good piece of scrambling there. That's a big penalty from the spot of the foul. Trojans all the way back to now not their own 45, but Deering's 45. And they need to get down to the 15-yard line to pick up the 1st down. So if you do the math, it is 1st and 30. Foley fires out, got Nason. Nason, though, quickly taken down, and then a little extra hit there, but no flags come down. Thornton will use a timeout. Trojans gain a whopping 3 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 27. Again, it appears maybe that there's either 11 or 41 seconds left in the half. It is 41 seconds, as I hear the PA announcer say. Thornton's ready to try to run offensive play. Coach Stilfon's still out on the field. And now Deering uses a timeout. I'm just trying to see this first half end so I get some more ice on the tongue. It's not been a good day for both Thornton and myself. No help on the color commentary side today. A no-show by Matt Shardlow. Bee sting on the tongue. Much stronger wind up here than we anticipated. And the Trojans continue to struggle offensively. Now nearly 10 quarters without any points. Trying to get something done here in the final 41 seconds. They had it. 1st and 10 from the 25 of the Rams before the holding penalty put them way back and put them at a 1st and 30. Picked up 3 on first down play back, and now 2nd and 27. They need to get down to the 15-yard line of Deering. Foley's had a little more time to throw in the last couple of attempts, but unable to find a receiver. Foley to throw again, rolls left. Fires it down the field, open out there, but the ball hangs up in the air. And good coverage as Burgess came in for it and tried to make the catch. Burgess was open down the field, but that ball just hung up there. Again, a kind of a weird wind here today. I don't know. It's blowing at the back, and you would think that that wouldn't have been held up at all, but that ball looked like it was held up quite a bit by the wind. Foley didn't throw it far enough. Knees was shaken up on the play as the replacement headed in for him. He sent him back off, saying he's okay. Pocket folding. Foley's got to get rid of it. Fires it as he flips out of bounds. Up in the air. Jump ball. Tipped. And Lindquist can't get to it. A good job by Foley at getting that ball down the field, at least giving his wideouts a chance at that football. And now it's 4th down and 27 with what looks to be 28 seconds left. Thornton will use another timeout. That ball was tipped and fell up there, but unfortunately there was no one behind as 5 players fought for the football. It came off. If a Trojan player had been in the area, may have been able to pick up a deflection and a big first down. But now Thornton down to their final attempt here to get it inside the 15. 28 seconds left on the clock. Trojans head back out on the field. Looking for a huge play here. They need 27 yards. And they got to get just inside the 15 to pick up a first down. There's been 5 penalties on this drive alone. Foley gets rid of it in time. Down the field, out there. And Nason trying to catch up to it, but Vale was out ahead of him. Vale really doing the smart thing there, not catching the football. 15 seconds remaining here in the first half. Deering will take over 1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line. That drive, if it did anything, it saved some of the legs on the defensive unit, because that drive took up a lot of time, and not just on the clock, but with all the penalties and timeouts. That was a good 10 or 15-minute drive on real time, about 5 minutes on the actual clock. And Donald will just take a knee, and the teams will head to the locker room after a pretty good first half of football, especially for Deering. They come out of the block smoking, block the initial punt, and then 2 plays, 24 yards, touchdown by Sukamise. He kicks the extra point, and the Rams had a 7-0 lead. Thornton Academy once again unable to pick up a first down on their first 5 possessions, and after the Rams took over from their own 45, they marched 55 yards in 7 plays, and this time it's the fullback Blanco busting in from 5 yards out. And the extra point, once again good by Mies in the 14-0 lead. And then from that point on, Thornton's defense, even though the offense had another turnover on a bad exchange, they held Deering a couple of times as they moved into Thornton territory, but unable to get any more points. The Thornton offense on that last drive got a couple of first downs on their own, and then a couple given to them by Deering miscues. A personal foul and a pass interference call gave Thornton Academy a 1st and 10 at Deering's 25-yard line, but unfortunately the Trojans right back with the mistake and penalty. Holding call from the spot of the infraction pushed Thornton Academy way back to their own 45, and had a 1st and 30, unable to pick up the first down or any real yardage in 4 attempts, and we head to locker room at 14-0 as the cheerleaders for both teams out on the field here. It is homecoming for these Deering Rams. They come in at 3-3 on the season, and looking for some postseason action for Coach Stilfen and his troops. And Thornton Academy at 2-4, needing a win today and next week to find themselves in a postseason. Again, as I said at the outset, Thornton could come up with the upset next week over Biddeford and still get in, but certainly wanted to leave no doubts with a win here today. But the offense now has gone 10 quarters without any points, and the defense, after looking sloppy and slow coming out of the gates, certainly have stiffened up and played very well throughout the second quarter. And again, you look at the win factor, Deering getting their 14 points in the first quarter. Once the wind turned around, certainly helped Thornton. Played better defensively and had a little bit of an offensive drive going. We'll take a break. Once again, you're watching Trojan football on CTV 30. Our score, 14-0 Rams. We're back in just a few moments. Welcome back to Deering's Memorial Field. Jay Harper and Nate St. Ange with you as Thornton Academy gets set for the second half here, trailing 14-0. Deering enjoying their homecoming so far and taking advantage of a couple of big plays early on. A nice special teams play to start the game. Vale blocked the punt by Burgess. The Rams recovered. Marks picked it up, got a couple extra. Deering started from Thornton's 24-yard line. 2 handoffs to Sukamise. 13 on his first carry, 11 on his second. Touchdown. He puts the extra point up and good. And then the Rams on their second possession, going 55 yards in 7 plays, mostly featuring the running of Sukamise. And then it was the fullback Blanco who busted it in from 5 yards out. Mies the extra point. And it was 14-0, and that's where we stayed through the rest of the first half. Although Deering had some deep penetration in Thornton territory, the defense came up big, made the stop, and the Trojans drove down into Deering's territory late. The benefit of some big penalties as St. Ives gets us underway. Dobson coming up the middle, has got a hold. And a good job at coming in and making the tackle on the outside. It looks like Pellerin made the tackle. But Deering will start with outstanding field position from their own 41-yard line. Trojans coming in 2-4, needing a win here this afternoon and a win next week versus arch rival Biddeford to realistically make the playoffs. Deering at 3-3. A win here today would pretty much sew up a postseason berth for these Rams. Mees on the first handoff, and again, busts in. Pays the price as he's punished along the way, but he has the last laugh as he gets 11 yards and a first down. Mees having a huge week last week versus Westbrook, and continuing that way this afternoon. He's had a great season for these Deering Rams. They don't list height and weights in the Deering program, so not sure of his size. Not the biggest kid, but he is tough and he's quick. He's got some good moves. Skarks in on the tackle. Mees brought down after a gain of about 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Big guys up front for Deering have done an outstanding job blocking and creating holes for both Mees and Blanco. And it's Mees again. Look at the moves as he cuts right up inside, finds a nice path, and he'll have another Deering first down. So Thornton not doing what they intended. I'm sure they wanted to come out strong here and shut down Deering right away and try to get the offense the football, but second half starting much like the first half with Deering and Mees finding plenty of running room and having his way through the Thornton defense. Castorello comes to the near side. Dobson in slot right formation. Again, the toss to Mees. Looks for his cutback. Oh, nice little move there. And Pellerin coming up with a big hit. Foley now playing safety for Thornton Academy. Kenny out of the lineup. Not sure if he got dinged up in the first half. Mees, oh, takes a big hit and then gets ripped down. The Trojan defense getting a little angry. Duras, 34, with a big blow in there. Getting help from Trapper Pelletier. Kenny now comes into the lineup. Foley goes out. So it's 3rd and 3 at Thornton's 28. The Rams in that 4-down territory. Castorella comes to the near side. They go to the left side. Mees trying to bust off there. And he'll be close, but he got knocked back. We'll see where they spot the football. Duras in there playing now. Not sure who he's subbing for right now, but looking very good for the Thornton defense. Might have to get a measurement here. Very, very close. They say it's 4th down and less than a yard now. Trojans all come up to the line of scrimmage. We'll need a big stop here. Movement up front. I believe it'll be on Deering, though. Thornton moved and then got back, and then I think Deering jumped off. So that might be a big break for Thornton Academy. Oh, no. They say offsides on Thornton. Trojans jumped, but it didn't look like they came off sides. It looked like they got back. Evidently not. 1st and 10 for the Rams as Thornton commits yet another penalty today. Both teams have been penalized several times. Trojans continue making a lot of mistakes, drawing a lot of yellow flags in the last few weeks. 1st and 10, Donald to throw. Throws into coverage, and everyone's smelling that one out. Davis, McKinney, and Robinson all in on coverage for Thornton Academy. The deflection almost bounced back, but goes incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Castorella comes to the near side. They go to Mees off the left side. Mees starts forward, quickly closes. Huppy in on the tackle for Thornton Academy, along with Duras again. Toss to Mees, right side, cuts up inside. Flag comes in. I'll have to check the penalty again. A lot of flags in this game. We'll be holding on Deering, so that'll push them back. So that'll bring up a 3rd down now in about 16. Castorella goes to the far side of the field. Dobson in strong right formation. Boisine, the tight end, to this side. They run in the halfback option, throwing it out the field, up and picked off. McKinney with another nice pick. McKinney now gets down. And McKinney, good job getting back and jumping up over Voisin and making the interception, and then had a chance for a return down the near side of the field, but decided to cut it back into the middle. Nonetheless, Thornton Academy with a defensive stop. They take over at their own 13-yard line. Tyler McKinney with his 3rd interception of the year. Only a sophomore playing that safety. He's done an outstanding job for Coach Gagne. Handoff in the middle. It looks like Roy will get about 3 on the play, and it'll bring up 2nd and 7. And off up the middle, and Mason will only get 1 or 2. That'll bring up 3rd down now, and 5 yards for the Trojans. Burgess goes to the far side of the field. Double slot formation with Lowell and Nason in the slots. Roy the lone back in the backfield. Pressure from the backside. Gets a block out there. Foley looks like he's going for the chain now. He'll have it. Has the 1st down as he slips down on the far side of the field. Good play by quarterback Foley. Seeing the opening and then going right after it. No hesitation. Picks up 7 yards and a 1st down for Thornton Academy. A good backside block. I didn't see who picked it up, but Foley was getting pressure from the backside from Voisin, and one of the linemen picking that up late and throwing the block. First down and 10 for the Trojans. A big one there. Get a little better field position and give the defense some rest. Nason looking for a hole, trying to pick his way through it, and he'll get a couple. Dancing at the line of scrimmage and nearly got himself out of there. Gain of 2. It'll be second down and 8 now. Burgess and Lindquist come to the near side. Dobson and Vale come out to pick him up. Now Lowell comes in motion. They go back the other side with Justin Roy. Roy the first down. Breaking outside. Justin Roy, does he have the wheels? Excellent run for Roy, but brought down from behind at the 34-yard line. But a big run right there for Roy. Picking up nearly 33 yards on the play. Mike Gillio, the junior cornerback, with a nice tackle, diving and getting Roy. Justin showing some good wheels at breaking outside, and it was a touchdown-saving tackle by Gillio, who got just the piece of the legs, as Roy showed some good speed once he got through there. Trojans will try the same play again, and this time Deering more prepared. They stop it after a short gain. Thornton, though, by far with the best drive of the day. This being done all on their own. They started from their own 13-yard line here, trailing 14-0 midway through the third quarter. Burgess and Robinson come to the near side. Thornton out of the eye. Foley's going to throw. Has some time. Now the pocket closing in. Got to try to get rid of it. He doesn't. Hauled down for a big loss. Foley obviously with no one open downfield, but when he gets that far out with that much pressure, you're out of the pocket. You got to just throw it down, just throw it a little bit out of bounds and throw it to the closest receiver and avoid the loss there. Huge loss for the Trojans. Setting the screen now. Roy, though, catches and loses another 4. Nobody picking up Garrett on the outside. He comes in as soon as the catch was made, and so now it's 4th down, and again, huge amount of yardage for the Trojans. 25 yards, and Burgess will have to punt it away. Once again, Thornton gets deep inside Deering territory, and then they head the opposite direction. Burgess with a good kick. Dobson comes over, tries to field it, does at the 10. Dobson cuts up inside. He's slick runner. Good return. Good move there, and Dan St. Ars says, I'll have no more of that. A nice tackle there. Dobson, though, on a very exciting 15-yard return, gets it back to the 25-yard line, where Deering will start. First down and 10, leading 14-0 over Thornton Academy. And now Deering with not the right personnel in there. Call a timeout. The wind wind appearing to have settled just a little bit here. Thornton now with only 2 minutes remaining in the quarter for a chance for them to use the wind at their advantage, and Deering has the football. So Thornton certainly hoping the wind is dying down, so when the fourth quarter, when they switch ends, they won't have such a strong wind to cope with. Thornton now looking like they're headed for their 11th straight quarter without any points. After Thornton Academy racked up 41 points versus Marshwood, they have forgotten how to find the end zone. Trojans really need a turnover. They have not gotten any today. Deering doing a good job at taking care of the football. Vail in at tailback for Mees. Mees stretching out on the sideline, apparently cramping up a bit. 1st and 10, it'll be Vail. Vail will get a couple. Hoppy making the tackle out there, going down low, but actually a nice pickup, almost 4 yards for Vail on 1st down. Second down and 6 now for Deering. Dobson comes to the near side of the field. Castorella goes to the far. Again, it'll be Vail. Vail gets another 3 or 4. Heidish in on the stop for Thornton. It'll be 3rd down now and 2 yards. Deering needs to get past the 35-yard line for the 1st down. The Trojans a chance here to stuff it. Offsides called on Deering, so 5 yards will mark them back as both teams continue to play era-filled football. It'll be 3rd down now and 7. Changes the play calling of Deering's staff. The Rams finish up with Chevrolet next week. Chevrolet has played very well this season, should be a good matchup. Thornton, of course, finishing with crosstown rival Biddeford at Hill Stadium in Saco. Toss to Vail. Vail comes through, breaks the tackle, nearly gets the 1st down, but it looks like Thornton's defense having just enough legs to push Vail back. He'll come up short of the 1st down. It'll be 4th and 1. Leave Deering waiting for the quarter to end, and they do. We'll switch ends, and Deering will be facing a 4th and 1 from inside their own territory. We're back with the 4th quarter here after these messages. Jay Harper and Nate St. Ange back with you from Deering's Memorial Field. Revamped, revitalized, and the Rams playing much like their field very well here this afternoon, leading 14-0 over Thornton Academy. Deering now with a big 4th down and 1 from inside their own territory, and we'll see if Coach Stilfen will gamble here. Leading 14-0, really no need to, but certainly could put a big dagger in the backs of the Trojans if they could pick up the 1st down. Lindquist finally hearing the cries of his coaching staff, and he goes back. The wind is at the back of Donald now, so Trojans got to be ready for that. Good kick away. Lindquist comes up, fields it. Good job. Lindquist comes through. Excellent return. Just good, tough, gritty play by Nate Lindquist. Fielding the ball, getting up, not letting it bounce, and then getting 5 positive yards forward, giving Thornton Academy excellent field position from their own 45-yard line. The Trojans will start first down and 10 as we start our 4th quarter here. Obviously, if Trojans down 2 touchdowns, they have to make something happen early here in the 4th quarter if they're going to have a chance to come back in this one. Burgess comes to the near side. Dobson comes out to pick him up. Foley's going to throw on first down. Has lots of time. Looking downfield. In trouble now. Looking to run. And brought down at about the original line of scrimmage. Foley had lots of time rolling out that time. Again, not seeing a receiver open, not wanting to force one in there, but second and 10. Foley fumbles a snap, comes out with it, running to the far side, being chased. Foley's going to get the corner, looking for the first down marker now, jumps up and out of bounds. Let's see where they spot him out. Yes, Dan Foley. Looking very sharp running the ball and a head of steam outrunning the pursuing defense. And then that jump over a defender and an extra 2 yards and the first down for Thornton Academy. Burgess and Lindquist come to the near. Heidish and Nason out of the eye. Sometimes that's been a bad sign. When Deering's jumped offside and Thornton's gotten the 5, that's been the end of their drive. They've made the mistakes right back, so hopefully this is not the scenario again for Thornton Academy. They get a free 5. They'll have it first down and 5 inside Deering's 40-yard line now from the 38. Mark Blanco, the one jumping offside that time. Thornton coming back with the same play. Lindquist in motion to the far side. Firing out. Oh, Mees reaching in and knocking the ball out of Burgess's hands. The coaches of Thornton and some of the partisan crowd on the other side of the field screaming, wanting pass interference. Very closely timed, and Mees now comes off limping. It looks like Mees is suffering from cramps, and Snow, the big lineman and defensive tackle, also suffering from some cramps here today. Second down and 5 now for Thornton Academy. Excellent down to throw on, first and 5. Come back, second and 5. It's like you gain 5 on first down. Heidish, the fullback, gets the call. He gets a couple. Thornton definitely has to be in 4-down territory here. So again, they got 2 more shots at it here. Good play there, a couple of yards. It's going to be 4th down and a long 3, nearly 4 yards for the Trojans. Trojans need positive yardage here. Can ill afford to lose anything. Run the option, tossing it out to Nason. Nason trying to get wide. He'll get a couple of yards. He'll be short of the first down. It'll be 4th down and 2. Thornton obviously at Deering's 35. They have to go for it here. Not a very good spot. Not sure when they started the clock, but the Trojans better hurry. Fourth and 2. Foley fires it out. Man open. Lindquist makes the catch. Does he get the corner? Lindquist inbounds. Down inside the 10. Nate Lindquist. From the 35 down to the 10, a 26-yard pickup for the Trojans. They'll have it first and goal at the 9. Trojans threatening to score here. Inside the 10. 4 plays, they need 9 yards. Officials looking up at the clock, and they're going to walk over here. There's an official timeout on the field, and they're trying to find out what's going on with the clock. They cannot read it at this juncture. First and goal from the 9. Burgess comes to the near side along with Jeff Robinson. Double slot formation. Heidish off the left side. Heidish will be down to about the 5. A gain of 4 on first down. Again, 3 plays now remaining to get 5 yards. The Trojans need to hurry up. Can't use a lot of time because the clock obviously a factor here, trailing by 2 touchdowns. Deering shuffling some personnel in late. Mason coming in motion. They go off the left side. Justin Roy down to the goal line. They continue to move the clock. Third down and goal now from about the 1. Inside the 1. Trojans looking to find the end zone. It's been nearly 3 football games since they last scored. Off the left side. Thornton putting their hands up, but no word from the official. They say no. It's going to be 4th and goal. Thornton Academy asking for a timeout. Finally get one. Thornton trying to score here and pull within 7. But it's not going to be easy. It's coming down to the final play. 4th and goal from about 4 inches outside the end zone. With Huppy at center and Foley at quarterback, you would think those two would just take the snap and fight forward and get the surge for the first down. It appeared last time that Roy got in, but they did not give him the end zone. So now the Trojans, it's all or nothing here. Trojans started this drive from their own 13-yard line. So in essence, they've already gone 87 yards. And nearly, excuse me, it's been 12 plays, 87 yards. Looking at the 13th play of this drive, and it's for any shot at winning here today. Trojans score and then can come up with a stop, get the ball back. They're still in this. They don't come out with points here unless they can create a turnover quickly. The Trojans will fall again. 4th down and goal to go from about 4 inches outside the end zone line. Justin Roy, the lone back in the backfield. Quarterback keeper. Foley's in, touchdown. He nearly slipped down, his knees touched. Fortunately for the officials, I don't think they saw that. A very, very close play, but that's the play I would have called, and the Trojans do it. Foley in. Trojans trailing 14-6. You would think they would just go for the one here with St. Ours in for the extra point try. Foley's the holder. 14-6. Again, tough to see. It looks like 7:07 remaining here in the fourth quarter. High snap, gets down, squibbing kick, no good. Oh my. So the Trojans get 6, but unable to get the extra point through, and trail by 8 now. So now the Trojans are forced to hold, score, and go for 2 to try to tie it and potentially send it to overtime. St. Ours looked like he didn't follow through with that one. He stopped short and just poked at the ball. It was all leg. He didn't drive through it and missed it wide left. So the Trojans now finally score. But now the defense has to step it up. It's the same thing they did to South Portland last week. They give up the 2 first-quarter touchdowns and then shut them out till the very end of the game. Those touchdowns really coming off a bad snap, and then South Portland getting great field position at the end, just tacking one on. Line drive kick, a good one by St. Ours, bobbling, and Dobson picks it up. Host of Trojans coming at him. Good move by Dobson again. My goodness. He is tough. He gets it out to about the 28-yard line. But he made a few moves to create a better return and get more yards for Deering. So now Thornton's defense getting a good rest after that 13-play drive by the Trojans. They went 87 yards. Handoff on the outside, the Trojans. Hello. Flag down on the field. Big stick inside there. Heidish along with Garrigan and Duras in on the stop. Once again, a flag on the field. We got to check this one. Holding on Deering, and I would think after the loss of yards on first down, they decline that one. Time's a factor. You don't want to give them any extra play. I would take them right there. They lost 3 yards, but Thornton saying no, they're going to take the penalty, it appears. Big stick on first down by the Trojans defense. Again, their offense finally scoring, breathing some life into this team. And Thornton Academy now trying to have the late surge and Trojans accept the penalty. They get the 10 yards, but they give Deering another crack at first down. So big play here because it was a 2nd and 13 after the stop and the loss on first down, and now it's 1st and about 22. So the Trojans have to not give up any big yards here. Vale coming through the left side, spins out of there. Then a big hit on the outside and finally brought down. McKinney doing a good job at finally putting the brakes on Vale. So they only gain a couple, and again, it's going to be 2nd down now and about 20. So the Trojans do benefit from the penalty. Only thing they lost was a little bit of time, but not much. Dobson comes to the near side. Lindquist with sole coverage out here. And off again, up the middle, a big hole for Vale. Vale will get nearly 9-10 yards. It'll bring up 3rd down and 9. So now a big third down play here. The Trojans stop. They'll force Deering into a punt. The Rams continue to keep it conservative on the ground, and good positive yards there by Vail, the backup tailback. I believe Mees is suffering cramps or something and has not played here for most of the third quarter and now into the fourth. They're going to throw. Firing out for Voisin in the flat. He's open, and he'll be very close to the first down. He'll have it. Deering digs themselves out a huge hole there. Thornton defenders not picking up the tight end in the flat. And by the time the ball was there, it was too late as he was able to turn the corner and get 11 yards and has it 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Thornton wasting a huge opportunity there. Deering with a 1st and 22 and then a 2nd and nearly 20, and they pick up the first down. You just can't have that happen when you're trying to fight back into a game and you're losing by 8 points and time winding down in the fourth quarter. Especially as well as this defense has played. It's hard to believe that they were not able to come up with a stop there. Gain of about a yard, yard and a half. It'll be 2nd and long. Skarks comes in to replace Huppy at outside linebacker. No room for Vail there. It'll be 3rd down now and about 7. So another big 3rd down chance for Thornton. They stop here. They'll force Deering to punt. Deering has the wind at their back, and they'll be able to get off a pretty good punt. And you know, Coach Stilfen and his staff are saying, at worst, we'll pin him deep and make Thornton try to go the length of the field again with not a lot of time left. Under 3 minutes now, 3:45, clock moving. Deering doing a good job of clock maintenance, trying to use up as much clock in between plays. Castorella goes to the far side. Dobson in slot right formation. Overloading that right side, they run the toss to Vail. Vail cuts up inside, and he'll be well short of the first down. Davis with a good tackle, getting down low, getting help out there from Pelletier. It'll be 4th down now and about 4, and the punting unit comes out. So Thornton defense holds, but gave up an extra 15 yards and an extra 2 minutes to Deering by not being able to hold on that last 3rd down play. Donald in, Nason and Lindquist go back to try to return it. Quarterback Donald, the punter. High snap, way over the head. Pellerin gives chase. Donald looking to throw it, unloads. Downfield, there's a receiver open. Oh my goodness. They're yelling for a lineman downfield here, and no one sees that. And Thornton dodges a huge bullet. They'll get great field position. The defender diving in at the last second forced the drop ball. A great throw by Donald. And he had him wide open, but the Trojans with the incomplete pass get the ball at Deering's 47-yard line. Oh, good job by Donald, and that's what you do as a punter. I saw that last night. I went to the Edward Little South Portland game, and the EL quarterback did not do that. He's the punter and the quarterback, and Nason pushes forward. He'll have about 3. But it would snap over his head. He picked it up, and rather than throwing it downfield for an incomplete pass and getting it way back to the original line of scrimmage with the incompletion and avoid losing about 30 yards, he held on to the ball, got brought down, and that was the beginning of the end for Edward Little. It was right at the start of the game. South Portland, a quick little short drive, scored, and had momentum on their side and was able to stave off a late comeback by EL. 2nd and 7. Foley's gonna throw, has some time, rolling, fires down the field, up and tipped, and Robinson going after it. Good job by number 11, Andrew Presby, to tip that one, but maybe didn't get quite enough of it. And now a big 3rd down play for Thornton Academy with only 2:06 remaining. Thornton in 4-down territory. It's now or never, so 2 plays to get 7 yards here, so Thornton can still potentially run the football here if they choose to. Try to catch the Rams out of position and looking for the pass and maybe come with a run. just what they do. Justin Roy, though, only able to pick up about 3. It'll be 4th down now and a long 3 from the Rams 41. They got to get down to the 37, so nearly 4 yards here. And a timeout called by Thornton Academy. Thornton, I believe, using their last timeout here. Big 4th down play now for Thornton Academy. They need to get inside the 37 and keep this drive alive and keep any hopes of a comeback victory. Deering built that 14-0 lead in the first quarter, and then Thornton finally made the adjustments defensively and started to slow down the looked like unstoppable Ram offense in the first 2 possessions, and it was all Suka Mies. So it's all down to this now for Thornton Academy. I would roll Foley out to his natural left throwing side. He's run the ball very well when he's gone that way. Give him the chance to run or throw. Double slot formation with Nason and Lowell in the slots. Little pass, got Nason, he holds on to the ball. 1st down. He got hit just as he caught it, and then for a second it looked like he was losing possession, able to hold on. A nice hit coming from Gilio out there, and the Trojans still alive. Clock a huge factor, 1:45 and counting now as they start the clocks. Foley's gonna throw, he's got some time, fires it down the field, Burgess is out there, got it, touchdown Trojans, no flags. And now Thornton's gotta go for 2. They gotta settle down, and you gotta come up with a huge 2-point play here now. A beautiful throw by Foley and a great catch by Burgess. 2 defenders there. Burgess was behind them and able to concentrate, get up above them, make the catch, and then drag the defenders into the end zone. But now you see what happens when they miss the last extra point try. This puts them into going for 2 here. Jay Harper and Nate St. Hours with you as Thornton Academy over on the sideline with a timeout, discussing the play that could send this game to overtime. 1:33 remaining, and the Trojans come out. This is the ball game for Thornton Academy unless they could execute an onside kick. If they fail here, because still 1:33, they send both Burgess and Lindquist to the near side. Foley runs the option. Dan Foley dives in, he's got it. The Trojans have tied it up. Great job by Dan Foley, running the option and then once again getting airborne and getting across the goal line. 14-14 with 1:33 to play. Thornton's offense has risen from the dead. And homecoming getting a little frightful right now for these Deering Rams as they see a 14-point lead evaporate here in the 4th quarter. Deering has the wind at their back, and you've seen the throwing arm of Donald. He can certainly put some air underneath it. So this one not over yet here in regulation. And we've seen the return capabilities of Dobson in the middle. He's been very, very dangerous. And Mies, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to kick if they did get in field goal range. A booming kick, though, right at Dobson. Very dangerous. coming up the left side, and the Trojans with a big stick out there. Outstanding play and tackle, but Dobson does get it back out to the 36. Matt Crapo, 33, one of the players in on that tackle for Thornton Academy, and he had a big hit on Dobson. A minute 28 remaining, and I believe Deering with 2 timeouts remaining. Castorello comes to the near side of the field. Mees is in there now at tailback. Oh, sending Dobson in motion. Donald's gonna throw, fly for both players. Down the field, wide open, the ball's there. Touchdown. Oh my. Certainly said Donald could air it out, and did he ever. Right on the money with the wind at his back to Dobson, who came in motion. McKinney, the safety, picked him up, but McKinney didn't turn fast enough, and the ball thrown perfectly, and Dobson just put on the burners right by McKinney. A 64-yard scoring play from Donald to Dobson, and the Rams retake the lead just like that. Good news is Trojans still got a minute 18 to try something of their own. Mees, extra point, up and good. One play, 64 yards. A lot of teams go into the prevent defense, and a lot of times you hate to see that because you give up too much yardage, and they move down the field and eventually score anyway. Thornton obviously not going to any kind of a prevent there because it was sole coverage, and McKinney was not backing off and keeping the play in front of him, and Thornton pays the price. And that's sometimes why you do use a prevent defense in situations like that. So now Thornton Academy's offense, who has scored on back-to-back possessions, need a good return here from their people. The wind, again, favoring Deering here in the fourth quarter, and they use it to their advantage on that play, and now on the kickoff, it'll be important because if Mees can get it up in the air and let the wind push it down the field, the wind picks up stronger now. And here comes Deering. Booming kick, Robinson at the 10. And he only gets back to the 20. Well, the Trojans certainly made this one exciting, but Deering, once they were tied, had the answer. But Thornton finally putting some points up and looking like a shot at overtime, and Deering squelching that in a hurry. The Trojans out of timeouts here with $1:13, it looks like, left in the game. And now Dobson will play deep center field at safety. Foley with time, fires out, the ball caught. Thornton's got to hurry up now and get back up to the line of scrimmage. Under a minute to play now. Out of the shotgun. Foley up in the pocket, scrambling. Foley with a lot of running room. Got to try to get out of bounds. Dives for it, and he does. Great play by Dan Foley. Just great effort and a good solid run. Gets the first down, stops the clock. He's a little shaken up now as he grabs his right hand. And Thornton still with a little bit of life left here. 38 seconds remaining. Foley puts air under it. Out there, caught, no! Oh, big hit as, again, Dobson playing free safety came in and lowered the levy on Burgess as Burgess had his hands on it, and ball shook free by the big hit by Dobson. Nice pass by Foley. It's just amazing how Thornton, after finally getting a drive and finally scoring, how their offense finally looks like it used to here back 3 weeks ago. And Foley is looking sharp as he ever has. Quick snap, pressure coming in, Foley in trouble. And he's brought down, and that's pretty much going to do it here for the Trojans. They got to try to hurry up, get another play off. The clock ticking, 17, 16, 15. 3rd down and 20. Trojans snap it and get away with an offsides. And now, do you have a play that can cover 65 yards in 10 seconds? 4th down, and Thornton, for all purposes, needs to score right here. This is when you're drawing up in the dirt. So you go over here, you sneak around over here, I'll catch it here, I'll pitch it to you over there, then I'll throw it back over there. And I can say a lot of Hail Marys here, but against the wind, that's not going to happen. The Trojans are going to have to be creative once they catch the ball and pitch until they can pitch no more. Foley lets it go, puts air up under it, jumping up, tipping it, knocking it down, and stopping the clock with 4 seconds left. Deering now will just have to take one snap, and they'll earn their homecoming victory, improve to 4-3. The Trojans, after just a sensational effort here, unable to send it to overtime, but it certainly made it much more interesting and fun to watch and broadcast for the Thornton fans who had gone nearly 3 games without seeing any points on the board. Thornton puts up 2 consecutive ones and even converts the 2-point conversion. And that'll do it. Great ball game here today. And the Rams certainly unable to get it going after a very strong first quarter where they put up 2 touchdowns. They find it at the end with a 64-yard scoring play from quarterback Donald to Mr. Dobson, who had played very, very well throughout this game, defensively, offensively, on returns. Just a great game for number 81, Josh Dobson, senior wideout, and quarterback Tim Donald, another one of the senior captains on this team, with a big throw late, and Deering wins by the final score of 21-14 and improve, as I said, to 4-3. They get set for Cheverus next week for their rivalry game. The Trojans will take on arch rival Biddeford at Hill Stadium in Saco. Should be a good one, and certainly some good efforts here this afternoon for Thornton Academy, both defensively and then late offensively. And unfortunately, hard luck losers here as they fall to 2-5. And now their only hopes is an upset win over Biddeford and then a little bit of help with some Crabtree ratings and a chance at an extra week and some postseason. But really fun, exciting 4th quarter here as Thornton scores twice, led by quarterback Dan Foley, who gets our offensive gutsy player of the game. 2-point conversion, the great pass down the field to Burgess. And defensive gutsy player of the game goes to Sean Heidish. An outstanding first half, and honorable mention to Sear, who played an outstanding portion of the second half at middle linebacker. Nate wants to give me a gutsy player for going with a bee sting on my tongue throughout this game. The swelling finally gone, and actually the pain is too. But yeah, that was a first. Taking one off the tongue before the game started. Gotta look at your food, I guess, before you take a bite of it. But for my cameraman, Nate St. Ange, I'm Jay Harper saying so long from Deering's Memorial Field in Portland. Final score once again, Deering 21, Thornton Academy 14. We'll see you next week. Have a great day.